couples, an elderly couple, a middle-aged couple, and a young newlywed couple wanted to join a church. The pastor says we have special requirements for new members. You must abstain from having sex for 2 weeks. The couples agreed and came back at the end of 2 weeks. The pastor goes to the elderly couple and asks, "Were you able to abstain from sex for the 2 weeks?" The old man replies, "No problem at all, pastor." "Congratulations! Welcome to the church," said the pastor. The pastor goes to the middle-aged couple and asks, "Well, were you able to abstain from sex for the 2 weeks?" The man replied, "The first week was not too bad. The second week I had to sleep on the couch for a couple of nights. But yes, we made it. Congratulations! Welcome to the church," said the pastor. The pastor then goes to the newlywed couple and asks, "Well, were you able to abstain from sex for 2 weeks?" "Well, pastor, we were not able to go without sex for the 2 weeks." The young man replied. "What happened?" inquired the pastor. "My wife was reaching for a can of corn on the top shelf and dropped it. When she bent over to pick it up, I was overcome with lust and took advantage of her right there. You understand, of course. This means you will not be welcome in our church," stated the pastor. "That's okay," said the young man. "We're not welcome at Walmart anymore either." A man calls his wife and says to her, "Honey, I just got the chance of a lifetime to go on a week-long fishing trip with my boss. Could you pack up my things so that they will be ready when I get home?" "Sure, honey," his wife answered. "Oh, and could you please pack my blue silk pajamas?" "Sure, honey," his wife answers again. The man comes home, picks up his things, and takes off for the week. He returns a week later smiling. His wife greets him at the front door. "So, honey, how was your fishing trip?" "It was great," the husband answers. "But you forgot to pack my blue silk pajamas." "No, I didn't," said his wife. "They were in your tackle box." Blind man walks into a restaurant and sits down. The waiter, who is also the owner, walks up to the blind man and hands him a menu. "I'm sorry, sir, but I'm blind and can't read the menu. Just bring me a dirty fork from a previous customer. I will smell it and order from there." A little confused, the owner walks over to the dirty dish pile and picks up a greasy fork. He returns to the blind man's table and hands it to him. The blind man puts the fork to his nose and takes in a deep breath. "Ah, yes, that's what I'll have. Meatloaf and mashed potatoes. Unbelievable," the owner says to himself as he walks towards the kitchen. The cook happens to be the owner's wife, and he tells her what just happened. The blind man eats his meal and leaves. Several days later, the blind man returns and the owner mistakenly brings him a menu again. "Sir, remember me? I'm the blind man. I'm sorry, I didn't recognize you. I'll go get a dirty fork." The owner again retrieves a dirty fork and brings it to the blind man. After another deep breath, the blind man says, "That smells great. I'll take the macaroni and cheese with broccoli." Once again walking away in disbelief, the owner thinks the blind man is screwing around with him and tells his wife that the next time the blind man comes in, he's going to test him. The blind man eats and leaves. He returns the following week. But this time, the owner sees him coming and runs to the kitchen. He tells his wife, "Mary, rub this fork on your panties before I take it to the blind man." Mary complies and hands her husband the fork back. As the blind man walks in and sits down, the owner is ready and waiting. "Good afternoon, sir. This time I remembered you, and I already have the fork ready for you." The blind man puts the fork to his nose, takes a deep whiff, and says, "Hey, I didn't know that Mary worked here."